What is going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video is helping you guys out a little bit, getting Smite to feel a little bit more smooth, helping you feel a little bit better. Today I got 8 things that you need to change on Smite and their settings, and then there's a little bonus thing that's just going to be kind of tossed in there just to help you guys out a little bit. But yeah, let's just jump right in. First thing is you want to have your game on full screen. Full screen just keeps that FPS as high as possible. It doesn't cause it to like go up and down, fluctuate a lot. Makes it very easy to deal with. As you can see, mine's sitting at 150. Want that? Perfect. If your FPS is dropping and raising too much in team fights, you're going to want to move down all your videos and world details, shadow details, all that good stuff. You're going to want to move it down because you want as normal and as flat of a number as you can have on FPS. Number 2, it is changing nameplate right here to off. I think player name is a little just like if they have a title at the beginning of it, it has that, and then their name. It just kind of jumbles a bunch of stuff together, and if there's like 5 people in a team fight, it makes it really annoying. And it does the same thing if you change it to god name. It still says e-girl Danzaburo. So I've been just turning it off, just kind of getting rid of that. Just makes it feel less crowded, and you can kind of focus on just what's in front of you. But if you have god name on, I think that's fine. Just don't have player name on. Player name, I think, is a no. Number 3 is show mana usage. It's in the middle of it right here, show mana usage. When it's turned on, you actually see how much mana each ability costs without having to like guess or hover over it. And when you're getting down to like 120 mana, being able to see, okay, I can only use one ability. Which ability do I want to choose? Or I can only use 2 abilities. Which abilities do I want to use? It's just very helpful. Number 4, kind of in the same spot, show chat timestamps. So what this does when you're typing like mid beads in the middle of a team fight, or like if you just want to type beads quickly, 723 instantly, that's when you know you got beads. You can even type like beads and then instantly 727, you know exactly when, and then you can do the math for your beads timers if you want. For an objective, maybe FG's down, you can get that timer. Unfortunately, those timers are now added into game, so it doesn't matter as much, but that is still something you can at least add to be able to see that. And it's also the same thing where it's just like if you want to like watch a fight back, you put that fight and it just marks it right there, 750. I want to go back and watch this fight, VOD reviews, whatever. Next one is in controls, and it is instacasting. Instacasting is just the quickest ways to get abilities out. The problem is you have to learn the abilities first. You're fine with normal casting. The reason normal casting is fine, so you can press the ability, and then you can use your auto attack to throw out that ability. So you can go like, doo-doo. When you're using quick cast, and the reason quick cast is the worst, is you have to press it and then release it. And it's easier to press, because you can press them like doo-doo, than it is to press and then release. But when it comes down to it, the fastest one, instant, as soon as that ability clicks in, it comes out the quickest. You just kind of have to learn the abilities. And to help with that, some of the more skill shot oriented ones, these next couple ones, so 7 and 8 will be helpful for those. But before we get there, number 6, smooth mouse off. Smooth mouse essentially predicts what you want to do. Like if there's a little tinge in your movement, it'll guess what you wanted to do, and it just feels less consistent. Just make sure you have a clean mouse pad. Wipe it off, wipe off your mouse, whatever. Just makes it feel a lot better. Number 7 is going to be ruler. What this does is basically it just makes this line go down the middle of your screen. And the reason I like having ruler on, because it gives you the distance of like what most abilities are going to be. 70 units is for some auras. Also, some just abilities have about 70 units range. 55 units is the average auto attack. 55 units, he's able to auto me. I step out of the 55 units. No longer able to hit me with the auto attacks. You can kind of play with that when you're playing against a hunter. Inside 55 units, he can auto attack me. Outside of 55 units, he cannot auto attack me. And it's like down to the last nugget. Even there, look at that. It hits me, but it doesn't do damage. 55 units. That's why I like having ruler on. And lastly, number 8 in targeting, show ground target always on. Basically, it just tells you where you're looking at on the ground. So for abilities like Uller 3, for abilities like Erlang 2, which is why I picked Erlang, you're basically able to see where exactly the middle of my route is going to be. Do it all the way up. I think it's 55 units as the max distance. But that basically just shows you the exact distance it can be. You turn that on. You don't have to guess anymore where your 3 is going to be, and it just makes it a lot easier. Same thing with like Vulcan Meatball, Uller 3, Erlang 2. And these 2 things really help with turning on Instacast. There are a few abilities that I think shouldn't be on Instacast. I think Vulcan ult is something that it's very hard to tell where that distance is a lot of the times. I think like Ricochets, like Huyi 1, Kuzubo 1 are something you can turn to normal cast. But for the most part, I have nearly every single ability on Instacast because I care a little bit more about having that speed than the precision. Especially when it's something like Who you ricochet, because it's not something, most of the time with who you ricochet, it's not something you're setting up. And if it is something you're setting up, it's literally level 1. And all you got to do is just remember exactly where your ricochet is, and you're kind of good. I kind of fluctuate between having it on or off, but either way, that's the video. 8 things and 8 settings you need to turn on to help you get a little bit better at Smite. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys again next time. Peace.